Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? So, I thought tonight we would do something a little different. We get all wrapped up in the news. Let's get it out if anybody has any news that they want to share. Huh? What? Oh, I smell good. Thank you. I smell good. I guess that's a compliment from dragonflies. That's nice. But so whoa. Okay, I can't. Okay, there we go. Hold on. uh, so I thought we'd really talk about some down to earth prepping tonight. So what's going on, Tamra? You're the first one in the house. We'll give people a few minutes to get on here. But hey, Caitlin, what's going on there, girly? How are you? I hope you're doing good. We'll give people a few minutes. I'm a few minutes early, but I had to get coffee, and I I've been working on a list today, and so I want to just about some down to earth preps. Hey, P. James, how are you? A lot of times we talk about the news like DeSantis. Well, he's out of there. He's out. So it's getting narrowed down, and we talk about a lot of news, right? Yes, stock up and have supplies. I talked about this earlier. Hey, Blue Butterfly. Hey, RCX. Nice to see everybody rolling in on a Sunday night. It's January the 21st, about 7:05. Hi, Tropang. Hello, how are you? So I have been putting a list together, and we get so wrapped up in the news that sometimes I think we forget that we're supposed to be prepping. you know, it is easy to do because there's so many things going on in the world, but when it really boils down to it, like, what can we do, right? What can we do? Who gets voted in except vote, right? That's the only thing we can do, and hope that it counts, and that hope that we can go forward with some better things other than war, war, war. But honestly, I think that when it comes down to prepping, we have to understand preppers. And this might be for some new people that are listening in that are like, oh my gosh, that maybe they just woke up and maybe they're like, holy crap, this is some serious shit here going on, right? What's up, Fisherman 12? What's up, Truthful Troll? And people go, what the hell, man? Like, oh, this is happening in the world and that's happening. But see, preppers prep for a lot of different reasons, and we know that, right? We might be prepping for civil unrest, a natural disaster, economical disaster. We talk about all these things. But each year I go through and I make a list. So I'm going to read my list to you. This is like my wish list for 2024 of things I need to get on point about. And it might be a good time for you to do that too. So I'm going to tell you my prep list for 2024, and I'm going to show you something really cool that I got today. So my prep list for 2024 is I want some alarm signaling devices for the perimeter. They're called fifth ops. It's called a camp safe. It's a 12 gauge. So what it does is it has a pin. Oh, maybe I can show you one. Hold on. Maybe I can show you one. Um, fifth. Hold on. Let me see. Fifth ops camp. There we go. Fifth ops perimeter alarm. Yeah, I can show you one here. I'll show you what one looks like so y'all can see it. They're not cheap, right? They're not cheap, but I think that it's one of those things for when it comes to security, right? I think that it's a really good thing, and there it is. Um, I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I just want to show some of the things that I'm looking at. So what happens? Hey, she's a wildflower. What happens is you set up a tripwire, and if it pulls out, it makes a really loud sound, 20 gauge shotgun sound, right? Boom, So it would definitely let you know what's around you, right? What's around you. So I do want to get a couple of those because me and Dragonflies, we set out here on like over close to 400 acres, 350 to be exact. But I think it's closer to 400 because we have another 50 acres this way and there's more acres that way. And I don't even know. Hey, Brandy. So that's one of the first things that I want to get, and they're not cheap. That is a really good one from all the research I've done. This one is a really good one, and it's like $70, right? But the other thing, I got some simple things on here on my list. I got an air bubble or a compressor and some flares. That's one thing I don't have is flares. I have no flares except maybe, hey, Mount Grandma, maybe I have some flares if they are in one of my car emergency kits that I bought. Maybe. I really don't know. I also want some wound care. And one thing that I'm missing is a stapler. So I want to get a stapler. I don't want to be stapled, but if if it happens, it happens. The other thing is aloe vera plants. We had a huge aloe vera plant, and how many of you have aloe vera plant? Because this is just my list. This is things that I went through and that me and dragonflies need or want for 2024. So aloe vera plants, um, we had a huge one. I mean, this thing was massive, and it kept having babies, and we kept pulling them off, and we were giving them to people on the road and stuff. But then a freeze happened, and we didn't bring it inside the RV, and we lost it. We lost that. Um, so that's another thing that I really want to get is an aloe vera plant. I want to get another water tank, and I'm in the middle of trying to talk to the people that own the 5 acres in front of me. It's been vacant for 3 years. There's a 1,500 gallon cistern tank there. So I'd like to get another 1,500 gallons, right? Yeah, first aid is really important. I think there is a lot of options, truthful troll to first aid, but first aid is really important. Um, the other thing is more water filters for the Alexa Pure. So some of the things are simple that I got to get. The other one is a new hatchet. I have an axe and I have a hatchet, but I want a 5-in-1 bushcraft, right? I want a 5-in-1 bushcraft hatchet. Also, I want stackable 250-gallon tanks. They're small. They run around $180, and you stack them on top of each other, and you can stack them anywhere. Another big thing is I want 1,000 more rounds of ammo. I think that when it boils down to it, when things really break out, we're going to need ammo for self protection. We're going to need ammo for hunting, and we're going to go through it quicker than we anticipate, right? I think that we'll go through it way quicker than what we really think that we. A lot of people think they have enough. I don't think we have enough, and I think adding thousand, another 1,000 rounds this year, maybe 2,000 rounds this year, because it's expensive right now, is another good thing. Yeah, those stackables are awesome. And with us being in a cabin, that's the thing, Truthful Trolls. This is all down to earth prepping tonight. I think with us being in a cabin, we need something that's narrow and stacked that we can stack to the ceiling. Because, like this room I'm sitting in right now is like probably 16, 18 foot high, the ceilings alone. So if we could just have like a 4 foot area and stack that baby straight to the ceiling, it would help a lot. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Nanya. And that's exactly what I was thinking. I've been thinking about that. And I just showed it. The other thing that I want to get, I'll show you, Nanya, real quick, since you just were like a late guy in here. I want to get a few of these. Probably I would like to get about 6 of these, right? I'd like to get about 6 of these to set up on the far back of our perimeter because they're as loud as a 20 gauge, right? But the reason I want to get them is because that's wide open over there, and that's also if there was some kind of social unrest, that is where I believe that the trains would stop in that area, and that's where we would have an influx of whatever. So I think that that's like another thing. Um, oh, okay, I will. Let me see. I'll show them. Stackable water storage. There's a bunch of different kinds, right? But I like the ones that you can really like stack on top. Like I'm thinking more like along the lines of something like this and this is on my wish list for 2024, right? This is on my wish list. So there they are. There's one set of them. Those are pretty good. And then they have the narrow ones. I don't really go for the 5 gallons, but I think these would work, right? Can you all see them? Oops, you can't even see them. Okay, hold on. There. Like that. I think that those would work because they're narrow and they're taller and you could just stack them up. Stack them up. I think that that's something that would be really would be really good is to have a bunch of those. And I want to stack them to the ceiling because I've been talking about water and I'm going to show you a really cool thing that I got to. Hello, brave person. Hello. Um, I think that you can see them now. So the next thing on my list is the hatchet, the 5-in-1 bushcraft, the stackables, the ammo, and paper plates. It might sound a little strange, but when you have to conserve water, having about 400 to 600 paper plates, a case of paper plates, yeah. I think I don't know. I've had hundreds and hundreds of gallons in here, Nanya. So only the back part is a pier and beam. The front part is level on the ground. There's nothing under it like that support wise. I don't know. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to think about. I'll have to really take that into consideration because that is going to be a lot of weight. You know, what is it? 8.75 pounds per gallon. So you're looking at a lot of freaking weight. But it'd be like setting two big Berthas. It'd be like setting two big Berthas on the in the corner or something. I don't know. It is something to consider. But paper plates, like seriously. Also, not getting styrofoam plates and getting paper plates, just to say, you could take those paper plates and reuse them, right? Mountain Grandma, stop it. Those paper plates you could use in the fireplace, right? So instead of wasting them and throwing them out, you could use them in the fireplace. The other thing is extra belts, antifreeze, oil, brake fluid, anything like that that may come up short here in 2024 is another thing that I'm thinking about. Saran wrap your plates easy. Yeah, that's a good one too. You put that across them and then no cleanup. That's kind of like freezing your dirty dishes. Also, another metal trash can, 55-gallon, and another case of 55-gallon commercial bags. Now, I have a few other things on here, but I want to talk about this. So, I bought this one a while ago, and y'all know we've been doing that water experiment. It's not a bad solar shower for the money. It was like less than 20 bucks, right? I think it was like $17, something like that. But I realized that having one is not enough. So I got another one and I'm going to show you. I just got it today. So it comes in a handy dandy bag. I think I paid 40 bucks for it. I'm not an affiliate or nothing. This is just stuff that after going through the water experiment, I realized how freaking important water is. Like how important it is. And to be able to wash your bod is really important. This one, I think, is multifunctional for a few reasons. And this one was almost $50. But it comes in the bag, but there's a lot of things I like about it, right? There's a lot of things I like about it. So the nice thing is one, it has a way bigger opening at the top to fill it up. The other thing is it has two handles. You can see there it has two handles on each side. Y'all see that? Then on top of that, it has some really cool features about it. Down here at the bottom of the bag, and this would be great even for camping and stuff. It's 20 liters, but down here at the bottom of the bag, right there in the front, y'all see that right there in the front. It actually, because that was one thing that me and Dragonflies were having a problem with, is the water either be too hot or too cold. So this actually has a thermostat right on the or thermometer right on the front, right, to tell you. So yeah, it's a camping solar shower. So it's just called solar bathing. It's by a fish tour. But what I want to show you is this is really cool what they did. They did some cool stuff with this one, right? So you get this super long cord, you get a hose with it, and then you also get a foot pedal. Okay, this is pretty cool. So it has a foot pedal and pretty easy to put together. Just take one in, and it's just a little adapter there. You just push it in, push it until it snaps, like so. And then this one goes on the top of the bag. So you're going to go to the top where this is. You got another adapter right here. This is pretty cool. I'm not a big gadget person. I like to keep stuff down to earth, and I'm a tightwad. So same thing, and push that one in until it snaps. So now you got your pedal on the for the top, and then the cool thing is they give you a really cool sprayer with extra line. Oops, oh, I forgot about those too. They also give you straps, right, that you can hook on so you can carry it like a backpack. So you could carry it like a backpack, or you could carry it in the gray one. Thank you. Thank you. Who got it? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now this is cool. This, I think they put some thought into this, right? Because it has the little handle that you could push, but you can also pop it out and just keep the water flowing. So that's nice too, is that you can do that with it. And same thing, same type of situation. Go to the bottom of the bag, push it in, and adapt it, pull it, and boom. So it took me all of a few minutes to put it together. I think that it is a really cool system, and I like the idea of the bigger top compared compared to the Ozark Trail one. This one's lot more durable, and I like that it has the two handles on it. And then you also have the option to put these on and carry it like a backpack. And what do they call the dragonflies? It's a real easy way to snap them into place, right? Is just push it and snap them right into place. But then you could carry it like a backpack. What's it called? The I always forget what it's called. The caliper. Caliper? No. Carabiner. I knew I couldn't remember for the life of me. I always do the same thing. But I think that this solar shower, I'm going to try it out tomorrow actually. But I think it is a lot better quality, and it might be a little bit more money, but I honestly think that it's going to withstand the test of time and hold up a lot easier. And I think also with this one, being able to break it down really easy and tighten it up in a bag and carry it over your shoulders or whatever makes it really nice. Now, back to my list. 20 liters. So what is that? 5 gallons. They're mostly 5 gallon ones. Let me see. I think this one's a 22. You can get them in different sizes. 5 gallon, 18.9 liters. So it's a little more than 5 gallons. It must be like what, seven or something. It's 20 liter, but you can get them smaller or you can get them bigger, whichever. Thank you, Tamara, for being a member for 7 months. Thank you, Surviving Behind Liberal Lines, for gifting a membership too. I think that sometimes just talking down to earth prepping is a good thing, because I know that there's going to be a time when we're going to have to be Billy Badass and Big Bertha Bombeck, right? I know there's going to be that time, but this is the time that it gives us the opportunity. Excuse me. Dragonflies. This is the opportunity for us to have that little leeway and get shit done. I mean, honestly, just get shit done. So that's why I always write the list out. And it's not bad this year. The big things are, I want 2 more ricks of firewood, which is not hard for us, propane, propane tabs, and also fuel. Um, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Surviving. Thank you very much, y'all. Thank you for the super chats and the gifted memberships and stuff. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we probably need one. We probably do need one, Simon. The other thing is fuel, I think, is going to be important. Excuse me? Camel toe. Shitting me. Who just changed their freaking shit to camel toe? I'm like, oh my god. Oh lordy, we got a person that's called Camel Toe that got a membership. Is Kamala? Is Kamal? Is she up in here lurking, man? Oh shit. But I think like fuel is going to be a hard thing. People can say, well, I'm going to prep fuel, but propane, fuel, butane, Zippo lighter fluid, there's a lot that goes into that. And I think don't make the freaking mistake of storing it incorrectly. Because if you do, you're gonna be screwed, right? Yeah, something SBLL shit. I didn't know we had somebody in here lurking with that name. Oh lordy. Simon. And the last two things are big. That is on, well, one, we want 100 pounds of chicken or chickens. I really would like to get Dragonfly some chickens this spring because I think with the way the coaling's going, I think that honestly, I think we're going to need chickens to help people. Like, right, where I think, so many of us rely on eggs and chicken that I think, yeah, that's, oh lordy, I think that we're gonna need some freaking chickens. Um, but the other thing, the two big things is to freaking dig the pond and get the shit done this year. I've been wanting a pond for 3 years since we moved here. I know exactly where I want it. I've done the measurements. I've done all that, and I need to get the freaking pond done. I need to get the pond done. One, I could put fish in there. Two, I could have geese or ducks. And three, the chickens could be somewhere around it to have a water source. And it would give us an additional water source. And with the way the hill runs, I already have it all visually planned out. And I've looked at the measurements and stuff, and I really want the freaking pond. The other thing that me and Dragonflies have been working on is a perimeter fence around the front. And I think that bringing in one more cattle gate is like top priority for us. Those are the two. Those are the two real big things. If anybody wants to drop one of your prepping goals, and I'm going to hold you to it, we're going to, at the end of the year, we're going to come back and I'm going to be like, you did it or you didn't do it. Yeah, I think a pond would be really nice, Mountain Grandma. And we got so much room. We got 5 acres. We got enough room to have my orchard and have a pond and some animals. I want some animals. But our big thing is with the animals is that we want to make sure that we're not on here going, well, shit, I just lost blah 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 animals. Oh shoot, now we lost this. Uh, Kind of like the situation with the cats. Like that broke my heart that all those kittens got killed by that dog, and that's why we're really working on our perimeter of our main part of our property. See, we have to like take the action step. Hey Reggie, what's going on? We have to have a game plan, each and every one of us, and each and every one of us, our situation's different, but we have to have the freaking game plan, and we have to put our boots on the ground and do the steps to actually make it work. Because if we don't, right, why even bother? Uh, I love it, Devil Dog. Plus, Devil Dog, what's going on, Reggie? Reggie, what's going on, man? Yeah, yeah, and I agree with you. A 22 pellet air rifle is going to still do some damage. There's a lot of things that we all bring to the channel, right? It's not just about me; it's about all of us, and that's why I thought it was really important tonight to have a down to earth prep talk, because we talk a lot of news and this is going on and that's going on, chaos. But what about when it comes down to the wire? What happens when it comes down to the wire and we run out of time? We run out of time. Then what? You have to plan and you have to take the action steps to do it. Our other big thing is an orchard and a little bit more of a garden than we've had in the past. I've thrown seeds out, y'all. I mean, if you're a shitty gardener and you think that you can't grow something, I'll tell you what, the good Lord will make those plants grow. I threw out strawberries, I threw out radishes, I forgot else what else. I think white radishes, red radishes, and strawberry plants. But I just threw out seeds, right? And the next thing I go out there and I'm picking fresh strawberries. So if you take the time to put your boots on the ground and say, you know what, I'm a shitty gardener. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but did our ancestors know what they were doing? They didn't do all the fancy dancy crap. Sometimes it was trial and error. See, we have a little bit of better understanding because we have communications and we have things between us and we have books and all this stuff that they didn't have. Me and Dragonflies were talking about it tonight. How many of you in the chat right now, how many of you do you remember that your grandma or your mom canned? Hit a one. If you remember your grandma or your mom canning food. See, Dragonflies is like with as many brothers and sisters that you had, KJ. I'm surprised that your mom didn't can, and my mother never canned. Um, we never had canned food like that. My grandmother did, right? She had a root cellar and she also canned food. And I remember going down there and there was big bushel baskets, old timey baskets, and they were full of potatoes. Hey, Mama Leem, what's going on with you, Mama Leem? Glad to see you. But I think that we as I think that that's a big thing with prepping and homesteading is that we want to be self-reliant and self-sufficient, that we want to not have to rely on the government for a handout or the government to control everything about us. And I think without doing the legwork and without setting up, just like this, I mean, it's simple. It's simple. I thought about it. I've been going through preps and I wrote down a list. And as we accomplish them, I mark them off. And this one is going to go right up here on the bookcase so that I can keep track of it this year because I think that the time is running out with everything that's going on that we're not going to be able to just get when we want to get. I think that it'll come to a point, like honestly, that we'll go to the grocery store and we'll go, shit, I can't get a loaf of bread. Somebody reported to me they couldn't get eggs. And so when you start thinking about those things alone, there's no better time than the present to do it. Just like getting in shape, just like getting a little healthier. If you're a smoker like I am, cut down on your cigarettes. Uh, Cut down on anything you can. If you're a little overweight, park your car a little further from the door. Don't extend yourself, right? Don't like overwhelm yourself, is what I should say. But just take little steps. I didn't even see it, Devil Dog. I'm sorry, man. Let me go back up here and see if I can get a reaction for you. Hold on. Am I going to call you an asshole or what? Wow. Oh, you smart ass. Yeah, I totally missed it, Devil Dog, you asshole. I'm just gonna call it like it is, you a hole. But what it is, it is what it is, right? But I'm sorry that you can't look as good as me. There you go. How about that? Hey, Mama Freddie. Yeah, yeah, and the thing is like, parking your vehicle a little further, walking a little further, taking a flight of stairs, anything that you can get extra steps in. I have a torn meniscus, but I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it. I'm going to do something about it. And what I've been doing is I don't wear my brace anymore. I walk more. We park the car further away. And all those little things are going to add up. This is just a down to earth prep talk tonight because I feel like sometimes we just get so overwhelmed with the chaos and the nonsense, right? What's up, Miss Needle? How are you? Mama Freddy, Scruffy Scrubs. Well, and hold on a minute. Hold on. I'll show you what I got, Scruffy, and I love it. I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. It's right here. I got to jog this 5,000 square foot cabin. It's a big one. This cabin's so big, you have to go outside to change your mind. But I will tell you this: I'm very impressed with this bag, and I think that the thing I like about it is how compact and how easy it is. And I think a good sleeping bag. There's military grade ones. This is not a military grade. This is a soul out. It's called soul out. So that's the one I just got. I've had it since when I went bushcrafting and I did the camp out. I've had it since then, but I really like it. I don't even remember what I paid for it, but it's called Soul Out, Scruffy. See it? And what I really like about it is you can grab this bag from like the sides, the top, wherever, and just go, right? Like there's so many handles on it. It makes it really easy. And it's super warm. I'm not sure if it says it's waterproof, it's windproof, it's breathable, it's soft, it's durable, it's hyperallergenic. I don't know what the temperature degrees is on it though. I don't know. But I will tell you this. It's really, yeah, yep. That's the thing I believe in, Nanya, is that if you buy quality of something, and I paid decent money for this one, but if you buy quality stuff, then you don't have to buy over and over and over. And we got some good camping trips coming up, me and Dragonflies, this spring and summer. If it's not going to be absolutely crazy. There's a guy. There's somebody right there. Yes, yes, of course I do. Truthful troll. I got to go to the potty. I got to go to the outhouse. Actually, uh, Dragonflies. I did. I did. I gave away a very expensive um, sleeping bag to a homeless guy. It was a Columbia, and it was a very, very nice sleeping bag. And he was sleeping outside and had nothing. And I had like three sleeping bags, and I was like, no. He was sleeping in his car. Then he was sleeping outside at the campground we were managing, and then I put him to work. And I'll tell you what, um, you know, I just let God lead me, and I just follow. And like I was meant to give him that sleeping bag. You didn't have to say it, Dragonflies. Sometimes those things can be between me and God. I do some of those things, and I just do what's on my heart. Yeah, Sam became a very good friend. Y'all probably, if you remember, when I was singing around the campfire with a guy, he was a bald headed guy, kind of short looking guy. That was Sam, and man, he had a heart of gold. He had a heart of gold. He just had got down on his luck. He had started messing around with drugs, and then he got clean. But he screwed everything up in between. He screwed up his relationship. He screwed up his apartment. He lost his car. I mean, he was down on his luck, and he had just got his car back. And then after he came to the campground, I put him to work. And he got a new job. He got a new apartment, and then he left the campground. And I was sad, but then he came back and he was like, KJ, I just want to tell you what's going on with me. And like his life is way different now. And I thank God for that every day. I think that we have to stand together as people. And I think it's really important to share knowledge on these channels, not only about the doom and gloom. I could have thousands and thousands of viewers if I wanted to just come at you every day with doom and gloom, but I don't want to. It's not who I am, and it's not what I stand for. You know, I believe that we have a lot coming at us as a country. I think our country is pissed away. I think our country has just been pissed away, and I think that we are up against evil that we have no idea how evil it really is. If you missed the live stream earlier about the human trafficking and the border, You might want to go back and watch it because I'll tell you this, folks, we're up against evil that's unbelievable. And every single day, more and more of this is coming to the forefront. I honestly believe that with what's happening here in 2024, that this election is going to be something that we will never, ever, ever forget in our life. I think that um, I think that it doesn't matter who becomes president because either way, it's going to be a catastrophe. You know, what's up, Jessica? Yeah, it would be Southern Mercy. If we all just took the time, hey, Lady Casca, if we all just took the freaking time to give a shit, to give a shit about our brothers and sisters, this world could be a lot better, you know? But I think that so many times we all get self-consumed with the chaos and the nonsense, and it's easy to do. We all come from different walks of life. We all have different problems, and be it from health or economical or whatever. But I think the big thing is to stay focused on what we can do, not what we can't do, because there's a lot we can't do and there's a lot we can't change, right? Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Simon. I definitely agree with you. I mean, how can it not be? As we see, like, even the core of the United States, which is the American family. If you think about it, when we were kids, y'all, you would have family surrounding you. Your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents. And yes, we move up into the next generation of the elders, right? But still, what has happened to the core of the family? It has went down the toilet. And in return, we have kids that are jacked up mentally, kids that are jacked up physically, kids that are doing things that they have no business doing. But no one is there because we don't have it takes a whole community to raise a kid. And I really truly believe that. I remember growing up in Colorado. Yeah, I would do something and my mom would know about it before I got home, right? And I agree. Technology has screwed us up. Technology has like jacked up our our real core values of America. When people come to America, Lady Casca, or people are Americans and they won't stand for the flag, like that really upsets me. I'll be honest with you. It really upsets me because if I was in your country, if I went to the Middle East, for example, and I didn't stand up for the flag, they would probably have my head, you know? But yet these multi-million millionaire football players and athletes and stuff refusing to stand for the American flag it's a shame. And my granddad and many of your granddads or uncles or aunts served in the military. And what did they fight for? People don't realize the freedoms we have until they're gone. And I think that that's the big thing is they will not realize the freedom is getting taken away until it's too late. And when it's too late, there's not going to be a turning it back. And I think as we watch the American Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and our country getting shredded in front of us, we should all realize that prepping is going to be so beneficial, not just to me, not just to you, but because we prep, we may be able to help somebody. Somebody may show up at your door that doesn't have food, or somebody may show up injured. And you took the time to learn. And we're not learning this just for us. And if you are, then you're a selfish asshole. We're doing this. We're prepping for the community. And I'm not talking about uh, where, oh, well, I'm just going to hand it out to you. No, I'm talking about that you may rescue somebody. And it's going to be up to each one of us where we stand on that. But I will say this, that I think that in the long run, it's going to take all of us freaking working together because as this country just goes into the tanker, and the American dollar is no longer the ruling dollar. We are going to have a lot on our plate. And if we can come together as Americans, as humanity, as people that give a shit, even when others don't, we may make a difference. And that's worth fighting for. Freedom's not free. A lot of people have died because of this country. A lot of people have died and laid their lives on the line because of this country. A lot of people have went to the battle lines knowing that they may not come home. And I think until you're only going to help pretty ladies. Well, devil dog, you a hole. But the thing is we can joke about it, but when it really boils down to it, and devil dog, and you see a little boy or a little girl starving to death, I know that you're a stand-up guy, and you're going to be like, you know what? Let me help these kids. And until we all get our shit together, I knew you were joking. That's why I gave you a hard time. But until we all get our shit together and teach our next generations, we're in trouble. This country's in trouble. And we can't change. We cannot change what's happening in DC. We can't change the evil that's there. We can't change the human trafficking. We can't change that except one frickin' person at a time. And it starts with me. And it starts with you. And then it becomes like a snowball effect of good, of light, of love, of peace. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to kick some ass too. Because if you step on my toes or my family's toes or my friends' toes, I'm going to be there. And that's really what community is about. And so, Will, I think that really with the way things are headed, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you this from the bottom of my heart. If we really boil down what's happening right now in the race in DC, however we chop it up, people aren't going to be happy. They're not going to be happy. They're going to be pissed off. I got screwed. That party got screwed. And the next thing you know is, what is that called? What is it called when people get pissed? There's several words for it. Yeah, yep, or yep, and there's lots of words for it. But I think that's where we're headed. And the only thing that's going to change is us, because we're going to have to stand shoulder to shoulder. And oh yeah, there's going to be civil unrest, however you chop it up, because people are going to be pissed off. People are going to be angry, and honestly, I think that or that is going to put us into ML. And when we go into ML, it may just be in the big cities. Maybe there's a dirty bomb. Maybe there's a nuclear situation in a big city. Do you think that it's not going to affect us? Were each any of you in New York when September 11th happened? I wasn't, but it freaking affected me. It affected me because I seen it on TV. I heard it. I watched people coming out of that building, and my heart sank because that was Americans. And that, my friends, if it happens anywhere in this country, is going to affect each and every one of us spiritually, mentally, and probably physically. And then what? The America that we know is already freaking down the shitter. You were Scruffy. And I'm sure that it really affected you. I'm sure it did. I mean, it affected me, and I was in Colorado, and I remember my friend Harold, who worked for me, called me and said, KJ, look at the TV now. And I was like, and my mouth dropped, and my heart sank, and I said, my God, that's America. And now look at where we're at. The things that we're seeing, I think a lot of times, is to condition us over and over and over and over. If we see it enough, we're going to become conditioned to it and we're going to become number to it. Just like our kids. If our kids see hate and violence over and over and over, they become numb to it. And when people become numb and they don't feel anymore, they don't feel it, then what happens? Oh, is somebody died today? Oh well. Oh, 100 people got killed today. Oh well, because you become numb, and the numbness is it's going to screw with our mentality. We can't become numb to what's happening, and we can't become numb, right? We cannot become numb to that our country is getting torn apart. Because if we do, we'll become complacent. If we become complacent, we're just as bad as the ones destroying it. Just saying. Well, this is the problem. This is the problem. I'm going to say it. This is the problem. What if he does make it? And if he does make it, what if they, right? Or what if then they don't want to turn it over to him? There is some really nasty, terrible things. Why? Because think about it. They don't want us to speak about things on the internet. Why? Why can't we? I'm an adult. You're an adult. I'm not promoting violence or crime. I'm trying to say don't do it unless you have to. Trying to say think with your head and think with your heart first. But think about it, folks. Why do they not want us talking? Why are they going to start limiting what we can say? A thing just came out on Google, and there's going to be certain topics that they'll take away your freaking Google account, and then you won't have access to anything. It is becoming a prison planet. That's the only way I can put it. A prison planet. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree, Barb. Nice to see you. And when we think about these things, folks, when we really think about these things, it sucks because we are seeing our country just freaking. It's not going to be the same. It'll never be the same. Not saying that I want it to be the same. Maybe it's not what we thought it was. Maybe a lot of the history is not what we thought it was. Hello, zombie. Wow. Yeah. Like you're so bad, Red Dog. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the more they can get us to shut up, the more they can spread mass propaganda where we all are like, well, shit, I could jump on the bandwagon every single freaking day. I'd be like, well, this report came out. Ladies and gentlemen, buy this and do this, and this is what happened. No, no. It's a red alert emergency every day. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's get real. Let's be real. I know that a lot of things on prepping channels are repetitive. But I also know that sometimes I'll bring something up and somebody in the chat will bring something up and I'll be like, well, no shit. Right. And it's about community. It's about community. I think that I'm looking in the wrong freaking direction when it's right in front of our face because they're really bad about putting it right in front of our face and we go, no, that can't be true because people don't believe shit is true anymore until it happens to your neighborhood or your home or your family. I mean, think about how many people in our channel this year have said I lost my job. A lot. A lot. But Biden economics, we got it going on. There's lots of jobs for everybody. Just saying. Just saying, folks. I think that each and every one of us needs to look in the mirror and be the solution and not part of the problem. And being part of the problem is when you're an ignorant, narrow-minded a-hole that doesn't give a shit about nobody but your self-centered asshole. You. Right? I mean, honestly, if you're only going to look in the mirror and go, "Well, it's all about me, and I got to do this, and it's all everything's hunky dory in my world," you're living in a goddamn dreamland. Just a saying. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Nunya. Put it all in hit. He can't find the front door. I mean, like seriously. Yeah, it will be a well, and that's about the truth of it, and that's bullshit. Like I think that a lot of people, instead of getting real, instead of really getting real, that this country's gone, that it doesn't matter who gets the president because it's all the same bullshit. It's always chaos and confusion. It's getting worse because they want to put us into a world war. They want parts of the population gone, gone. And that's the truth of the matter. That's the truth. They want parts of the population gone. They want to erase history. They want to erase our roots. They want to erase families. They want to erase people from knowing if they're a man, a woman. I don't give a rat's ass. I've said it 1,000 times. I don't give a shit if you're straight, gay, or bi as long as you're a good person. It's none of my gosh dang business what you're doing in your bedroom, like it's none of your business what I'm doing in mine. And that's the truth of the matter. And if you can't stand up and say, you know what, so and so is a good person, and I see that. We don't have to see everything freaking eye to eye. We don't have to be the same nationality or the same religion. But I'll tell you what, there is certain religions that cannot coexist together. Let's get it right. Period. There is certain religions, or they call out religion, that cannot freaking coexist. They will never be able to coexist. And they will do and say, if you really read, they will do and say whatever they want until they're the majority. And once they're the majority, you and me and other people in our country will be in risk. We will be at risk. Period. Period. You can fight with me about it all you want because I know for a freaking fact. I know for a fact because I've seen it happen in other countries. And if you pay attention to the history of what's going on around the world, as they migrate into certain areas, things all of a sudden change. And we will have a serious, serious problem. Yep. Yep. I know, Nunya. I know. Do you think they can coexist? Do you think that the East and the West can coexist? Do you think that we can all be friendly allies? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it'll ever happen. And I wish that I wish it was possible. Yeah. Nope. You're right. It never can happen. And and people want to let's just put the shit out there since we're talking tonight. I'm tired of pussyfooting around bullshit and not being able to say it straight up. And the straight up truth is there is certain people coming into this country for total destruction, total destruction of our ways, of the flag, no respect. All they want is give me, give me, give me. That's all they freaking want. Give me a handout, give me a cell phone, give me a freaking car, give me this, give me this. Why don't you get up off your ass and go to work like Americans do and get it? And I'm not saying every American works, okay? But with the way that they're stretching the welfare system, the system is going to collapse. And when it does, and when they turn off the EBT card, and they turn off the free hotel rooms, and they turn off the free cell phones, and they turn off the free insurance, then that's when people are going to get pissed. Just like the ones that they moved out of Manhattan, told the single men to go into a shelter and let the families have the hotel rooms. And what they do, they got back on the bus, came back to the hotel and said, I demand a hotel. You demand a hotel. I demand my mortgage to be paid. How about that shit? I mean, like, seriously. How about you pay my mortgage for a year since you're handing out free money to everybody? How about you pay all the channel subs all 5,000, almost 5,000, 4,600, whatever. Why don't you pay all of our mortgage for a fucking year? Excuse my French. Just saying. Just the truth. It pisses me off because the system cannot take it. The diseases that they're bringing in is unbelievable. The waterways cannot take it. We can't take what's happening in this country. It's going to implode. It's going to, and it's going to be a big ass catastrophe. Period. And maybe you're right, James. James, you may be right on the frickin' money about that, brother. You may be right on the money because we also know that in Virginia that they had said that they already had a base there, right? That was over a year ago. And I'll tell you what, folks, that's why on my list right there, if you see right there, right up here, right here near the top, right there, right freaking there, that is going to be very, very important. Each and every one of us are going to have to protect ourselves. We're going to have to protect our families. We're going to have to protect our neighborhoods. We may have to be like in the olden days where people actually become part of law enforcement, a new law enforcement, sheriff and posse. Just saying. Just saying. It's happening. Yeah. That was like about Southern Mercy. I think that we talked about that here on the channel over a year ago. Over a year ago. And, I don't want to be brutal until I have to be. I don't want to be an a hole until I have to be. But I feel like we're getting pushed to the brink. And I think that the other thing is last night, Dragonflies was like, "Did you see this shit?" And it was the same guys in the khaki pants, regimented. Where were they at? In New York? Yeah, New York. New York, out there parading around like a regimented military operation. And who are they? Why do they appear at certain times? You know, to cause more, stir the pot, cause more chaos? Just saying. Yeah, it is. It is getting absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. You hit that right on the head. It is getting to the point that if we don't see what's happening, if we don't see that Americans are getting put to the bottom of the totem pole, and anybody that comes in from another country, well, they're getting it all. They're getting it handed to them. Like they've. It's sad, man. Yeah, this free bullshit needs to stop. I took that oath. I took that oath, Nunya. I sure did. Well, okay. If we want to speak about this a minute, I'll speak about it. Okay. So you know that the demos said that there's going to be a surprise candidate that may shock everybody. Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? Yeah. No, you're right, Mountain Grandma. It's bad. It's really bad. But did you all see about the surprise candidate that may be popping up for the demos? Just saying. They're saying it's Mikey. They're saying it's Mikey. That's what they're saying. They're saying that it's going to be Mike. So wow, right? Wow, wow. Yeah. Yep. Yep, exactly. So we'll see. If that happens, all shit's about to break loose. Yep. I usually rant about the free shit. I've lost all my energy now. You speak for me. Well, it's just to the point that it's bullshit. I just call total bullshit on all of it. And we were having a really down to earth talk, but it's really hard not to talk about. Yep, yep, yep. That's exactly it. Oh yeah, yep, yep. That's what's being said. And there's a bunch of stuff coming out about it. I want to say, folks, that keep on prepping and keep on doing real shit. Because when the storm comes, when it comes, you're gonna have to ride the shit out. And when it comes, you're gonna need to bunker down. You're gonna need to be able to know that a lot of things are gonna be happening. And it's just like a dear friend of mine told me, whenever they want us to look to the north, look to the south. When they want us to look to the south, look the other direction. Don't ever get fixated on looking exactly where they want you to. Because if you do, trust and believe they're sliding something else in. Just saying. Y'all, I'm going to close it up. I hope that you enjoyed talking about some down to earth prepping. And I got on a little rant, but it's kind of hard in 2024 not to get on a rant when I watch all these a-hole things going on. Um, this, if you're gonna buy one, if you're gonna buy one, I'm not an affiliate. Don't go there on me. But this one is, it rocks it, and it is called. It's by A Fish Tour. A Fish Tour. It's really durable. I think it puts the other one to shame. So I'll let you all know. I'm testing this bad boy out tomorrow. So I will let you know how this solar shower works. Um, I hope that y'all enjoyed tonight hanging out. And thank you for being here. But we're going to ride the storm out together. And however you want to look at that, however you want to think about that, it is going to be quite the shit show for 2024. So this goes out to all of you that may be riding out a literal storm. It may be the storm that occurs later this year. Hey, Prepper Book Club, thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the thumbs up or the thumbs down. If you don't like me, give me a thumbs down. I don't give a shit. Whatever floats your boat. But riding the storm out. Let's ride it out, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning at OTWP Report. God bless y'all. Big, huge prepper hugs and a smack upside your damn head.
Riding the storm out, waiting for the thaw out, on a full moon night on a rocky mountain winter. A wine bottle flow, watching for the snow, and thinking about what I've been missing in the city. But I'm not missing a thing. Watching the full moon crossing the range. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. A lady's beside me. She's there to guide me. She stayed that long way and finally found her home. The wind outside is frightening, but it's kinder than the lightning. Life in the city gets a hard life to live, but it gives back what you give. But I'm not missing a thing. Watching the full moon crossing the rain. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. but I'm not missing a thing. Watching the full moon crossing the range, riding the storm out, riding the storm out, riding the storm out, riding the storm out.